Good morning, Mike in Detroit again with second installment of piano chord voicings. This one's going to be a little fun. Now remember, if you haven't watched the first one, we got into uh, your triad voicings, your triad inversions, and then your major seventh and your minor seventh inversion. So that you should know. Like this C triad or this C major seventh. So we're gonna take another step on our voicing journey. So by the way, if you haven't watched that video, go back, look for chord voicings from the ground up number one, and then follow along. If you cruise through that, great, great. This time we're gonna use our left hand voicing. Let's say we want to play an E minor seven. I only have two notes here because I have the root, and in this case, since it's minor, we need a flat seven. Right? So I can take that around. Only with the left hand. So let's go back to E minor 7. And let's say I'm playing a 2-5-1, which is, we speak about ad nauseum. Now I'm going to go from a root, some kind of 7, to a root, some kind of third. So E minor wants to go to A7. Since it's a dominant chord, we need the regular third, not a minor third. So we went from here, root, flat 7, root 3. Remember, knowing your major scales in all 12 keys really helps you with this. Now I need D major 7. The third on both major and dominant are regular thirds, not minor thirds. So I ended up with this. E minor 7, A7, to D major 7. Now, before we work that around different keys, let's notice a few things. E minor 7th is a root and a flat 7. The flat 7 is a whole step down from the octave. Now we have A7. So what's moving? What's moving? So obviously I need to move to this root to get to A7. But notice that this D is coming down chromatically. Right? Now when I got to the D major 7, this note stayed put. Notice that. So we end up with a The other thing that makes this a little bit more fun is since I'm only using my left hand, I can introduce my right hand to work on some scale stuff. I'm in the key of D, so and by the way, that's the reason we use these left-hand voicings, to free up our right hand, either to play the melody of a song or to improvise. So once again, we're in the key of D. Got it? Got that voicing? 2, 5, 1. Now, let's get it in other keys. One way I was taught to practice this is, now I'm on D, so let's just drop that to D minor. Here was E minor, D minor, root root 7. The voicing, the numbers are going to stay the same. Now I'm going to go to a G7. Look at, this is going to go down a half step and I'll find my new root. This one's going to stay the same and I'll have C major. So now I just played 2, 5, 1 in C. Now if I want to mess with that a little bit in my right hand, I need the key of C in my right hand and oops, I put an extra note in. Let's do that again. But the voicing we are learning is the left hand voicing, this voicing. Now I'm on C major. Let's take that to C minor. Root 7, F7. Now I'm in the key of B flat. So let's do that. Let's work the key of B flat a little bit. Watch my left hand. C minor, root 7, no third. Root 7, root 3, root 7. Okay, so I think you got it. So let's speed that up a little bit. So we started on an E minor. To the key of D. Now we want to move to the key of C. D minor, G7, C. C minor, F7, B flat, major. Let's do B flat minor, E flat 7, to A flat minor. A little chords in the way, so let me move that over. A flat minor, right? D flat 7 to G flat major, or F sharp major. Now I'm in muddy territory. So that took care of 6 keys, if you work in that manner. So let's go back up and let's get an E flat minor. Remember we started on E minor. And chromaticism is another good way to practice. That's nothing wrong with that. I'm just choosing 2, 5, 1s to practice it. E flat minor, A flat 7, D flat major. D flat minor or C sharp minor. There it is. Now I'm in the key of B major. And if your best friend in these videos is the pause button, by the way, I think I've said, here's B minor, E7, A major, A minor, root 7, root 3, D7 to G major, G minor, C7 to F major, and we got F minor, B flat 7 to E flat major. Now we're back in muddy territory again. So, but what we did is we knocked out all 12 keys. Now how do we get rid of this muddy stuff and stay up here in the sweet spot of the piano? Well, you gotta learn it both. You gotta learn it both ways. So before I played E minor this way, root 7. Let's start on root 3. Let's start with a B minor, right? B minor. So we have now we're starting on root 3 instead of root 7. Just like the A-B version of this little exercise. I'm on E7. He said, Michael, wait a minute, you told me I was E minor. Well, it's the same thing. It's a root. They both have flat sevens in them. So we have B minor, E7 to A major. Now we have A minor. See, root, we're starting on root 3 instead of root 7. And then we have D7. And then we have G major. We have root 3 G minor to F major. This time we're starting on root 3. F minor, B flat to E flat. E flat minor, down a half step. A flat major, D flat. D flat minor. Oh, we're really in muddy territory now. To A, B. Okay, so that took care of 6 of them. Let's go back up and get a B flat minor with a root 3. That would be, play it with your thumb and your first finger. That way your pinky is ready to go. B flat minor to E flat 7 to A flat major. A flat minor, D flat 7 to F sharp major. F sharp minor, B7, E major. Get the idea? Now we have an E minor, A7 to D. Now we have D minor, G7 to C. One more key to go, C minor, F7, B flat major. So now you have a couple of ways to play 2-5-1s. So this is how you stay out of the muddy territory. Remember, you can play E flat minor here, or you can play it, that's root 7, and here's root 3. Now, later on, we're going to add some extensions and all kind of stuff, but we're just going step by step up the voicing ladder to get it all organized. When we were playing root 7 to root 3, this chord, this kind of thing, D minor 7, A7 to D major. Now I said this in the last video, and you notice that I play and talk, play and talk, play and talk, play and talk. That's how you solidify both the circle of force and this number system in your head. So when I was on the 2, right, the root changes, obviously. E minor has to change to A, and the 7th of the previous chord became the 3rd of the new chord by going down a half step. And then the 7th of the chord becomes the 7th of the 1 chord. Hopefully that makes sense. So here's your exercise for today. In your left hand voicing, 2-5-1. Now drop that major to minor. Now if you want to add a little bit more, you want your right hand to get involved, just know what key you're in the moment. So if I'm in the key of 2, now I'm in the key of A. I'm in the key of D, I'm sorry, because that's the 2 chord. So if I know my D scale, I can add my right hand. But for now, but for those of you who don't want that coordination or don't know, not ready for that, just get this left hand voicing. So we started on root 7, and then we went to root 3, we went to root 7, 2-5-1. So let's just call that the A exercise. The B exercise we're going to start on some kind of root 3. So we did B minor arbitrarily, and then we went to root 7, E7, and then we went to A major, and so on, so on, and so forth. So that's your next voicing uh, uh, instruction. Follow that, follow along, and then we're going to build up some more. So stay tuned for part 3, part 4, part 5. Let's just see where this goes. Also, drop a like, drop a comment, drop a subscribe, that kind of thing. And we will see you all very soon. Take care. Mike in Detroit, signing off.